back to air. So let's just jump right back in. She looked frustrated. However, now was not the time to be joking. I heard you fainted. Huh? Who did? Conodine. Me? She looked really surprised. Well, it's nothing that serious. I was just feeling a bit dizzy. She shook her head vigorously as she hastily explained the situation to me. It still happens to me once in a while. I've been anemic since I was little. I recalled what happened to her that night. We were at the deserted shrine. Kano had collapsed there without any forewarning. Moreover, she had forgotten why she was or why she was at that place. Hey, Kano? Huh? Oh, what? Do you remember anything right before you fainted? I had most likely put on a face that looked too serious. Kano pouted at me. I'm all right, so don't make a face like that. It'd be really dreadful if I lose my memory every time. She was smiling like her usual self again. That's true. I finally calmed down after talking to her. Kano's classmate had also told me that it wasn't serious. Perhaps I worried too much. Yukito-kun, are you worried about me? Kano examined my face. Not really. But you still have your shoes on. I looked down at my feet. I did still have my shoes on. I can't wear shoes? We're inside the school. That seemed to be common sense to her, but I hadn't known about this. Well, I've never come this far before. I had entered the school grounds and spent the night before. However, this was my first time coming up to the rooftop. A clear summer sky laid above the squarish enclosure of the fence. There were no trees or power lines to hide the endless blue. Kano followed me and looked up as well. The sky is so high. She squinted at the dazzling sky. That gesture reminded me of someone else. Before I could recall who, Kano asked me nonchalantly, Can you fly? Of course I can't. But you can make your doll move. Well, that's different. Yeah, they're not the same. They're totally unrelated. She became lost in thought. That was natural because even I did not quite understand it myself. Hojutsu and magic, they were both impossible powers. Something came to mind. By the way, didn't you once say that you can also use magic? When did I say that? When we met at the seawall. Back then, she had said it so matter-of-factly that I had completely forgotten about it. Oh, the hat? Her big eyes wandered. That was kind of a lie. I'm still in a state where I'll be penalized with one demerit point if I use it. She has a provisional license as a magical girl or something? When can you start using it? When I become an adult. Now that's a really vague restriction. When will you become an adult? I don't know. But I've already decided what I'll do first with my magic. What's that? It's secret. Not again. My interest faltered. I looked at the sky once more. I'm sorry, Yukito-kun. She sounded really worked up. I can't tell you my first wish, but I can tell you my second wish. I'm not interested to know. I want you to know. I'm really not interested. Hmm. She had gotten sulky. If you don't listen, it's gonna come bursting out of my stomach and mankind won't stand a chance against it. And then it's gonna multiply and cause a disaster. The Earth is in grave danger. Fine. What's the second thing you want to do? I was left with no choice but to ask. Um, um, I want to fly. I see. You don't look surprised, she muttered with dissatisfaction. I could guess based on what you said before this. I want to fly. That was a simple wish held by everyone. However, it was also a wish that couldn't be fulfilled. Flying is probably not what it's made out to be. The wind is going to feel cold. Everyone will be able to see under your skirt. The TV station and the self-defense force will be mobilized and cause a big mess. At the end of everything, you'll be dissected by some scientist. Don't worry, I can handle that. She laughed at my concerns. Because it's magic. That sounded reassuring. Sea breeze carried the chime of the bell. Do you still have to go to school? Yup, I'm going to a meeting for the feeding committee. Just then I recalled something important. I came to deliver your lunchbox. Lunchbox? Here. Not here. The lunchbox was missing. Come to think of it, I do not remember bringing the pouch up here. I retraced my actions in my mind. After I heard that Kano had collapsed, I dropped everything and ran here. Of course. I clapped my hands together. I dropped the lunchbox on the ground before I came here. Was that Oni-chan's homemade lunch or boxed lunch? That's right. She laughed stiffly. You'll be in deep trouble if One-chan finds out. One scalpel? Probably four. Sorry for making you take a trip, Kunosaki-kun. Hijiri served with tea after lunch. I took a sip. It was delectable. At least the tea was. You don't look too pleased. You think I'd be pleased? The matter of the boxed lunch was resolved with no loose ends. Bloodshed was avoided after I explained the situation with deep sincerity. However, I ended up delivering the lunchbox that was originally made for me to Kano. After 2 round trips to the school under the blistering sun, the long-awaited lunch was served. Does this home only serve white noodles to guests? Do you put together the bamboo for flowing the noodles every time? And do your guests always take the lowest spot? That's an ironclad rule which says that those who eat the most should be at the bottom. You're the one who eats the most. What's more, you're putting out the noodles and eating them yourself. There's not enough people. Even the officials are forced to participate in this event. We could just eat the noodles normally without letting them flow down the bamboo, you know. You cut the bamboo specifically for this purpose. It'd be a waste to throw them out after using it once, right? That's unusually considerate of you. It's not you I care about. If that girl said that she wanted flowing noodles, then this home will have flowing noodles, she said firmly. Hijiri placed Kano before everything else. It did not seem to matter to her that Kano wasn't even here. Saying that she was overprotective of Kano was probably an understatement. When Kano collapsed at the shrine, she had said the following in her delirium. It hurts, One-chan. Does it happen often? This is only our second time for the summer. I'm not talking about how often you have flowing noodles. I'm talking about Kano's dizzy spells. You said she was anemic as a child. Does she still have that problem? No, that child is the epitome of health. Physically, at least. Physically? I asked her, but she did not reply immediately. Hijiri was watching her own reflection in her teacup. At last, she said slowly, No, it's nothing much, really. The atmosphere had grown awkward. I must have overstepped my boundary as an outsider. Yet I felt that I must question her further. Hey, I don't know if it's right of me to be asking this, but your parents. Oh, that, she replied promptly. Our situation is probably just as you imagined. Kano and I don't have parents. Not anymore. Our mother went to the other side when Kano was still a child. Our father passed away 2 years ago. Kano and I have been living by ourselves since then. But I think we've managed pretty well so far. I see. Yeah, we've done well. At least until this summer. Shut up, phone. Hijiri's lonely voice cast a shadow on the white walls of the examining room. This summer. Those words carried a special meaning. I heard the sound of the door outside opening. Doctor, are you in? My child is a bit sick. The patient had arrived. Yes, please wait for a moment. I'm going back now. I got up from the bed. Hijiri quickly cleared the teacups. Hey, Kunosaki-san. What? Kano is really a good girl. She's innocent and gentle. She's able to become friends with anyone. She's able to keep smiling under any circumstances. She's also my precious little sister. Be nice to her, Kunosaki-kun. Then she smiled. See you tomorrow. Okay. I left the examination room. The sun was scorching as usual. I wasn't in any mood to put on a puppet show. Let's return to the station for the time being. I felt warmth. A tender warmth brushed gently against my forehead. It felt good. It felt comforting. Like a lullaby I had heard in the distant past. Like the sound of the wind passing through the hills of my childhood days. I awoke on the bench. Evening was drawing near. The light from the westering sun pricked my skin. My stomach growled. I slept for quite a while. The sun had not turned red yet, but it was definitely drooping in the sky. So what should I do now? It's too early for dinner. It's too late to go make money. Let's practice the puppet show. A puppeteer's gotta spend every day refining his skills. I have to come up with a new act to grab the attention of others. Still sitting on the bench, I took out my puppet from my pocket and put it on the ground. Then I channeled my will into my puppet with a finger. The puppet jerked up. First exercise. The puppet began to do a radio exercise? I think it's supposed to be... Oh, never mind. It moved with a superb rhythm to some imaginary music. I may be onto something. This town is also having a summer vacation. At around 6 a.m. in the morning, there should be a bunch of kids gathering somewhere to do radio exercise. If I take my puppet there, what child would bring money to a radio exercise session? I spotted a fundamental flaw in my plan. At the same time, my puppet collapsed onto the ground. I sighed and reached for my puppet. Someone else's hand picked up the puppet right before my eyes. I looked up. It was Tono Minagi. Good morning. Morning. Is this yours? She gestured with the puppet in her hand. Yeah. Your friend? Also, sorry about my phone, guys. Ah! Don't you think that's rude? Is this your child? What am I? This is my tool of the trade. I should have told you that before. After pondering for a bit, she nodded. That's right, I haven't told her about it before. It looks dirty. Yeah, I've used it for a long time. This doll's eye is about to fall out. It's always been like this, don't worry about it. Really? Tono was lost in her own world again. I had no choice but to wait for her to come up with a reply. Oh? She appeared to have arrived at an answer. Kunisaki-san. What? Shall I mend your doll for you? How? Ta-da! A needle and thread suddenly appeared in her hands. I had no idea how she made them appear like that. Let me borrow your puppet for a while. Oh, sure. I passed her the puppet. The moment she took them in her hands, she began to stitch the eye with skillful finesse. Here. Wow. The mending was masterfully done. She looked like a slowpoke, but she was definitely good at this. Thank you! No. Thank you means means thank you in Japanese. Thank you. Thanks? Yes, that one. Thanks. She mumbled and looked at me. Thanks. Why are you thanking me? Thanks for thanking me. My mind was befuddled for a moment. Oh, thanks. After clearing my head, I thanked her. Are you thanking me for thanking you for thanking me? Yeah, that's it. In that case, thanks. By the way, I'm thanking you for thanking me for thanking you for... Tono. I sensed danger and quickly changed the subject. I got it. You can stop now. A shame. She tilted her head slightly. But Tono Minagi, that's amazing. She cocked her head straightened. Yeah. Yeah, amazing. She stuck out her chest a bit. Should I mend the rest of your puppet for you? Really? Please do. Okay. Her hand moved with precision as she repaired my puppet. Now it's beautiful. At last, Tono held up my puppet. Wow! I let out an exclamation of wonder for the second time. I accepted the puppet from her and examined every part of it. There were once parts that were coming off or fraying, but they were now good as new. I feel bad for this. She shook her head. You can count on me for something as simple as this. I like needlework, but I feel bad for troubling you. Oh, really? Yeah, a bit. Well then, can you do something for me in return? Sure, I'll do anything. Anything? Oh, damn it. Anything within my power. That's a shame. Just what was she planning to make me do? So what do you need from me? Michiru will be here later. Can you pass her a message? What's that? Tell her that I went home first. Went home first? Yes. I have to go home early today. Really? Well, alright, piece of cake. I appreciate it. She bowed to me. There's something else that I want to tell you. Huh? What's that? To be honest, it's hard to break it to you. Why? Just say it. Tono's honest voice made me stood up straight. Kunisaki-san. Eh? Tono placed her nose close to my chest. The scent of her alluring long hair toyed with my nose. I knew it. She slowly moved away from me. You haven't been taking baths, right? Huh? No, I haven't. You stink of sweat. I was taken aback. Serious? Unfortunately, yes. I sniffed myself. I did smell of sweat. This made me wonder how many days it had been since I last bathed. That being said, I did not have a place to take a bath. And if I don't wash my body, the smell will just keep accumulating. I was distraught. Eh? If you just want a shower, you can use the shower in there. She pointed at the station. I brought these. She took out a bunch of keys from her pocket. These are the keys to the station. And there's a shower room for the station attendants in the building. Am I amazing? Why do you have the keys? Surprised? Well, yeah. I see. Tono looked pleased for reasons unknown to me. My father was once the station master here. That's why I have the keys. That's not a good enough reason. Oh, really? Really? Oh. Well, I don't care about the reason as long as I get to take a bath. Since the conversation was venturing into dangerous territory, I decided to stop dwelling upon it. True. Then, you can hold on to these keys for me. Are you sure? Yes. It's better to have someone inside the building. I don't quite understand your reasoning. Oh? But it's the truth. This place holds many precious memories for me. It's painful to see it be forgotten. I see. In that case, I'll just help myself. Okay. There's a lighter for igniting the boiler inside. Please use that. Got it. Please be careful with fire. Okay. Alright. Please inform Michiru for me. She bowed again. See you. And so Tono went home. After she disappeared from sight, I entered the station building with the keys. After taking a shower, I quickly set to preparing dinner. It was, however, a simple task that took little time. I washed the rice and put the mess tin over the fire. Next, all I had to do was wait eagerly for the rice to cook. I suppressed my impatience and waited. I felt someone watching me from behind. That someone might be glaring at me. I turned around to find the source of the presence. There. Michiru was standing alone in the orange-colored dusk. The moment I was going to call out to the girl, her form became hazy. She looked almost like a mirage floating above a lake, just like a transparent tear drowning in illusion. I don't know. Whatever. Yet that happened for only a brief moment. Michiru? The westering sun dyed the mountain ridges in the horizon a deep orange. The long shadows were searching for the end of today and the whereabouts of tomorrow. What are you doing here at this hour? I asked her gently. But this is all the time that I have for this episode. It's going to be really sad, and I think Michiru is probably going to start crying or get really upset, and then I'm going to start crying and get really upset. Ah! So, thank you guys so much for watching, and if you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up down below. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye!